What if I told you there's an ancient secret, hidden in plain sight, about the true origin of our souls? A mystery so deep it could transform everything you believe about who you are and your mission in this world. Have you ever felt, deep down, that there's something more? Something bigger, something divine that defies common logic? Get ready, because today you're about to embark on a revealing journey, guided by the readings of Edgar Cayce, the greatest psychic in history, who accessed hidden information in the Akashic records, cosmic records of the human soul. What you'll discover here isn't just a theory or philosophy. It's a map to rediscover your true essence and reconnect with your divine purpose. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel, hit like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of these unique revelations you won't find anywhere else. Did you know Edgar Cayce performed over 14,000 psychic readings in his lifetime? These documented readings are considered by scholars and researchers to be one of the most credible sources on spirituality and soul dynamics. Unlike many spiritual paths that wander into speculation, Cayce accessed the Akashic records, a universal archive containing all the wisdom and experiences of souls who have lived this existence. Imagine accessing the memory of the universe, where past, present, and future intertwine in an eternal record. It's precisely this authority and credibility that underpin the content you'll see here. It's not fantasy, superstition, or empty religiosity. It's a solid source that reveals the secrets of creation, the origin of the soul, and its journey that transcends our earthly understanding. And what exactly will you discover? Get ready to challenge everything you think you know about yourself. What's about to be revealed will forever change your worldview, your self-image, and open the door to a profound and true transformation. Imagine your soul isn't just a random product, but an ancient entity, created in a sublime moment of divine light and intention, a living, voluntary mission that's behind every experience you have. The journey you'll take is worthy of a cosmic hero, passing through trials, losses, and reunions in materiality until you awaken to your true nature. It's a journey not only individual but collective, where the sense of spiritual community, solidarity among similar souls, and the reconstruction of shared purpose become fundamental. Now hold on to this revelation. You're about to access cosmic secrets most have never dared to look at. Ask yourself, are you ready to see beyond the veil of common reality, to connect with knowledge that goes far beyond everyday life, knowledge hidden, often even suppressed, by traditional institutions? What you'll see might seem surreal, but believe me, it's a truth that echoes through time, a truth about a collective creation of souls, their spiritual families, and the divine experiment that shapes our existence. Let's begin this grand journey of self-discovery. Billions of years ago, even before what we can conceive as time, souls began to take shape in a space of pure energy and cosmic consciousness. According to Edgar Cayce, the creation of souls was a collective experience, a journey in successive waves, where groups of souls formed spiritual families. These groups are more than common family ties. They are deep ancestral connections that transcend lives and incarnations, sharing a common purpose and an invisible bond that guides joint evolution. This origin isn't random. Each soul was part of a conscious choice, a divine invitation to participate in a greater plan, an adventure involving learning, self-improvement, and co-creation. Have you ever felt like you belong to something bigger than yourself? That feeling of connection and belonging is real, and Cayce explains it comes from this ancestral link with your soul family. This soul family helps, teaches, and propels us on our journey, even if we're sometimes unaware of it. It acts as a spiritual beacon in the storms of the material world. Here lies an empowering truth. You're not alone, nor lost. You're part of a cosmic community with a shared purpose and destiny. And understanding this sacred network of souls is key to comprehending your own essence. Within each soul reside dormant spiritual memories, forgotten abilities and wisdom, which Cayce calls forgotten magic. It's not magic in the fanciful sense, but an intrinsic ability to access elevated states of consciousness, intuition, and creation. Have you ever felt an inexplicable calling, a powerful intuition, that feeling that something within you is waiting to awaken? That's spiritual memory speaking, trying to surface to guide you. This retrieval explains common feelings like there's something more, I don't quite belong in this world, or I feel a longing I don't know where it comes from. These are internal clues validated by cosmic wisdom, confirming your soul carries a much richer history than earthly life reveals. But why do these memories lie dormant? This leads us to the grand experiment, a voluntary choice of the soul to incarnate in the material world. Imagine a brilliant actor stepping onto the stage, but with one condition: to forget their role, to authentically experience the performance. Thus, souls chose to engage in a divine experiment where they would temporarily forget their true identity to embrace the challenge of life in matter. This experiment isn't a punishment, but an opportunity for learning and growth. Life reveals itself, then, as a mission, not a punishment, where you are the protagonist of the cosmic drama, a volunteer for this extraordinary adventure. This invitation from the Creator to participate in the greatest experiment also brings profound challenges. As the soul gets involved in matter, there's a real risk of getting lost in the physical world, becoming imprisoned by illusion and forgetfulness. It's a journey of ups and downs, a struggle to keep the inner flame alive even amidst the difficulties and distractions of earthly life. However, this forgetfulness is necessary for the experience to be genuine. After all, how would we grow if we knew everything from the start? Reincarnation then emerges as an opportunity for rescue, a chance to return, remember, and progress in spiritual lessons. It's not a punishment, but a mechanism of continuous evolution. During this journey, the pattern of return emerges, a kind of innate spiritual GPS that guides the soul on its path back to divine essence. This pattern manifests in encounters, challenges, signs, and experiences that pull us toward awakening. Cayce explains that often soul families incarnate together, teaching and supporting each other, even if the earthly relationship seems ordinary or difficult. This is a powerful reminder. You are exactly where you should be, with the right people for your growth. Every moment, every event is part of a larger plan, a spiritual mission disguised in daily routine. We are all on a collective journey, a process of awakening to bridging consciousness, the consciousness that unites the spiritual with the material, the visible with the invisible, the human with the divine. It's not about escaping the world, but transforming it from the inside out. It's a call to action, to active participation in the creation of the new, to the reconstruction of the lost connection with our spiritual origin. And for this, sharing experiences, doubts, and learnings in conscious communities is fundamental. This sense of spiritual tribe strengthens us, keeps the fire of transformation lit, and reminds us that we're not alone on this path. Now I want to know, which of these revelations touched your heart the most? Share your experience in the comments and become part of this tribe of seekers awakening to their true essence. Together, we'll discover what it means to be authors of our own divine experience and co-creators of the future we're ready to build. Don't miss the next episode, where we'll dive even deeper into the mysteries of souls and their journeys. Imagine for a moment you're an actor in a cosmic play. You enthusiastically accept your role, but under one essential condition: to completely forget the script. Yes, forget who you truly are, to experience the performance fully, authentically, bringing forth emotions and challenges never before experienced. This is the essence of the great cosmic experiment Edgar Cayce revealed in his readings. Souls voluntarily chose to incarnate in the material world and temporarily forget their divine origin, to experience human life in all its complexity. Have you ever considered that everything you face isn't a punishment, but a mission you accepted even before you were born? This idea breaks with deep paradigms we've been conditioned to accept. We're not victims of fate, nor puppets of an indifferent universe. We are courageous explorers of a dimension where the veil of forgetfulness is the obligatory passage to true learning. Imagine the divine courage involved in that choice, descending into a reality of physical limitations, intense emotions, pains, and pleasures, with the only anchor being the will to grow and awaken. Every challenge, every obstacle on the path carries a purpose: to polish the spirit and strengthen the journey toward enlightenment. This understanding radically changes your perception of yourself, your history, and your pains. You are a cosmic hero on a supreme adventure. How do you see yourself in this new light? But why do we need to forget? Forgetfulness is what guarantees the authenticity of the experience. Without it, life would lose its transformative meaning. It would be like knowing the end of a book and not having the pleasure of the surprises and lessons of previous chapters. For the soul to deeply engage with matter and learn the lessons of the world of having, this veil is fundamental. However, this forgetfulness carries a real risk, that of becoming imprisoned by material reality, believing it's the only truth. The actor who forgets their role can get lost in the character, confusing the performance with the essence. It's at this point that many feel disconnected, empty, seeking answers in empty places. But reincarnation appears as the divine solution, an opportunity to return, remember, and continue the journey where it left off, seeking to restore the lost link with spiritual essence. In the continuous cycle of incarnations, the soul has the chance to reevaluate, learn, and expand its consciousness. Each life is a chance to remember a little more, heal old wounds, and advance in the awakening process. Edgar Cayce clarifies that reincarnation isn't a punishment, but a merciful tool of the Creator to facilitate spiritual progress. This helps dissolve fears and judgments many carry about past existences. Evolution isn't linear, but a sacred dance of cycles and learnings. It's a joy to discover that every encounter, every experience, is a necessary part of your growth, and that material life, however hard, is a field for the soul's testing and expansion. Can you feel a new perspective opening within you? And within this tangle of experiences, invisible patterns emerge, what Cayce calls the pattern of return, a kind of spiritual GPS embedded in the soul that guides steps even when the earthly map seems confusing. This pattern manifests through seemingly casual encounters, deep emotions, repeated dreams, challenges that seem to recur throughout lives. These are subtle signs that remind your soul of the path to follow, the bonds it needs to strengthen, and the lessons it needs to assimilate. Did you know that often your soul family, that spiritual family we mentioned before, incarnates together so you can help and grow together? You have people around you who are more than they seem. They are journey partners, masters, and companions in the dance of spiritual evolution. Accepting and recognizing this pattern of return brings a sense of belonging and purpose that transcends immediate difficulties. When you understand that you are exactly where you should be, living what you should be living, even obstacles gain new meaning. They are stepping stones to your awakening. Perhaps that family conflict, that work crisis, or that feeling of being out of place aren't punishments, but calls for you to awaken and reconnect. Imagine looking at your life today and seeing the invisible hand of wisdom working for your evolution. It's a proposition of hope that transforms all suffering into learning. Are you ready to embrace this vision and discover what your soul has to tell you? And the journey isn't solitary. We are all part of a movement of souls awakening to a new time, a time when bridging consciousness, this consciousness that bridges the material and the spiritual, gains strength and relevance. It's not about fleeing the world, but transforming it from our inner awakening. This hybrid consciousness invites us to act with compassion, wisdom, and courage, creating a new reality that honors the divine essence within each one. When we share our discoveries, pains, and victories, we strengthen this spiritual tribe, creating a network of support and mutual growth. Have you ever thought how many lives can be touched when each person opens their heart and shares their truth? We want to hear your voice. Leave your reflections and experiences on this topic in the comments, because together we build a safe space for collective awakening. Share this video so more people can access this transformative knowledge. Your participation is fundamental for this spiritual community to expand its light and reach more hearts thirsty for truth. After all, we are all authors and co-creators of this divine adventure that is life. Now that you understand the greatness of the spiritual experiment and the essential role of forgetfulness in the pattern of return, get ready, because in the next step, we will reveal the secrets to walk the path back, the return to your divine essence, and unravel how every challenge is an invitation to wake up from illusion and rediscover your original radiance. The journey is just beginning, and your role is fundamental in this cosmic script. Shall we move forward together? Have you ever felt that powerful intuition, an inner voice that insists on reminding you that you are more than just flesh and blood? that there is a map within you, an invisible guide to your true destiny? Edgar Cayce calls this the pattern of return, a spiritual GPS inherent in your soul, silently guiding you every step of the journey back to your divine essence. This pattern isn't just an abstract idea. It manifests in significant encounters, opportunities, even in life's greatest challenges. You can start to recognize these signs, not as coincidences, but as important messages that you are on the right path, exactly where you should be. Imagine these signs are the points of light illuminating your path in the darkness of spiritual ignorance. Those people who enter your life with whom you feel an inexplicable connection are not mere strangers. They are part of your soul family. Those souls who walk together through multiple lives to teach, support, and grow mutually. How many times have you felt like you were reuniting with old friends or family, even without apparent reason? This isn't just a simple emotional memory, but the deep echo of the spiritual connections Cayce mentioned. Even when encounters seem challenging, they are essential for your awakening and growth. Have you ever noticed how certain people come into our lives at the exact perfect moment? This understanding transforms how we see relationships in difficult situations. Instead of trying to flee or resist, we can learn to embrace what life offers us, knowing that every challenge is an invitation from the soul to awaken a new facet. Even pains and losses are part of the learning and healing mechanism. This generates a deep sense of purpose and patience with yourself and the path. By accepting that you are exactly where you should be, you begin to release fear and anxiety, replacing them with the confidence that there is a greater plan guiding your spiritual evolution. Have you ever felt that inner calm that comes from understanding that everything makes sense? But the journey doesn't end with recognizing patterns. The true mission is to awaken bridging consciousness, a consciousness that connects the material and the spiritual, the visible and the invisible, the human and the divine. Cayce invites us to evolve to this integrated state of being, where we no longer need to flee the spiritual world, nor get lost in the illusion of matter. The mission is precisely to transform the world we are in, making everyday life a sacred ground for the manifestation of our essence. Think, what would happen if each person took on this spiritual protagonism and began to act from this expanded consciousness? The world that today seems so fragmented and confused could become a home of unity and harmony. And to build this new reality, community is fundamental. Finding your spiritual tribe people who share this vision, who support and inspire strengthens our journey. After all, the soul's journey isn't solitary. It's a collective experience of growth and expansion. Sharing your experiences, doubts, and victories in the comments strengthens this network of light and helps keep the fire of transformation alive. What was the most impactful spiritual experience of your life so far? Tell the community, because your story might be the key to someone else's awakening. Don't forget to like the video and share this knowledge with others who seek deep answers. Now that you feel the importance of this bridging consciousness, we can move to the culmination of this journey, full awakening, the definitive reconnection with your divine essence. Are you ready to discover how this transformation happens in practice? How can we, step by step, break through the veil of forgetfulness and transform our lives and the world around us? Get ready, because the next chapter will reveal the paths to this reconnection, inviting you to take on your power and your true mission in this sacred experiment. The search for reconnection with the divine within us is one of the most intense and transformative journeys we can undertake. According to Edgar Cayce, this path of return isn't a solitary journey, but a mission full of signs, encounters, challenges, and above all, conscious choices that lead us closer and closer to our sacred origin. But how do we find the thread that guides us amidst so many distractions, pains, and confusions of daily life? The answer lies in beginning to listen to and trust that spiritual GPS called the pattern of return, which pulses within our hearts. When we start paying attention to the patterns that repeatedly emerge in our lives, situations that repeat, emotions that insist on returning, people who reappear, we realize these are calls to awaken. They are the soul knocking on the door, inviting us to remember who we truly are. This path is challenging, as it requires courage to look within, see our shadows, embrace vulnerability. But it's also a path of deep healing, where we begin to integrate the fragmented parts of our essence and rediscover the serenity of the soul's original mission. How many times have you felt you were being tested to grow and evolve? This is life offering you a golden opportunity. The spiritual mission also happens through encountering your soul family. These souls who incarnate together carry shared memories and energies, creating an invisible yet powerful support network. These reunions seem simultaneously challenging and loving, as each member of this group is there to help the other awaken. Have you ever felt an inexplicable love or even intense tension with someone, as if something very ancient was at play? These are fragments of spiritual memories seeking harmonization and joint growth. Recognizing this can make all the difference in how we relate and face life. Thus, the feeling of being exactly where you should be ceases to be just a comforting refrain and transforms into a tangible reality. You become capable of seeing purpose in every detail, even in the most difficult experiences. This generates a deep sense of hope and motivation to walk the path with faith and determination. The possibility that all souls evolve simultaneously and interconnectedly creates an optimistic vision of the future, a vision where humanity awakens to its true divine nature and co-creates an era of light and wisdom. Can you imagine yourself being part of this universal movement? All this leads us to a climax where the awakening of consciousness isn't an isolated act, but a collective process. The true spiritual revolution happens when everyone begins to act from this expanded consciousness, which unites the sacred and the everyday. Responsibility becomes shared, power multiplied. It is this bridging consciousness that allows us to build bridges between dimensions and transform the world. This awakening invites us to act with love, compassion, and wisdom, building a spiritual legacy that transcends simple individual existence. Therefore, we invite you to actively engage. Share your experiences in the comments, reflecting on how these revelations touched your life. Like and share this video so more souls can join this expansive and luminous tribe. After all, together we are stronger, and our collective calling is to remember our divine origin and manifest this light in the world. Are you ready to take on your role as protagonist in this sacred story? What an incredible adventure this soul journey is, isn't it? From the initial awakening of the mystery about our origin to the invitation to embrace our divine mission, traversing these paths transforms us deeply. Edgar Cayce didn't just give us knowledge. He offered us an invitation to evolve as conscious beings, to reclaim our forgotten memories, and to co-create a brilliant future for all humanity. It's a call to understand that we are much more than we appear, and that our existence, however challenging it may seem, is a rare and precious gift. The final message is clear. You are not a victim of circumstances, but the author of your own spiritual journey. Every choice, every moment of consciousness contributes to building a divine experience that is beyond time and space. No matter where you are today on your path, remember that the call is always present and that awakening is a real possibility, starting now within your heart. Share this light, strengthen the spiritual tribe through your comments, your doubts, your experiences, because it's together that we move forward, remembering and manifesting our true origin. If this video touched you in any way, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified of future content that brings even more intriguing revelations. Your journey is just beginning, and we'll be here guiding you every step of the way. Until next time, where we'll dive even deeper into the fascinating mysteries of the soul and the universe. Welcome to your own divine story. We're in this together.